Let's take an example. Movies that are like 2 hours long may take months or years worth of filming, and you finish them in 2 hours. Actors, directors, scriptwriters, all of the crew that are parts of this movie take months and years to finish that movie. That is, if it's actually a good movie, like it's worth the time. And you finish it in 2 hours. And we all say, oh, how great it is. But the thing here is, no one really looks at the process. Everyone looks at the outcome of that movie. No one really thinks about how that movie was filmed. No one thinks about how long it took to film that movie. Everyone just sees the process. Not process, sorry. Everyone just sees the outcome. Everyone sees the results. My name is Omar Abdul Jawad, and for those who do not know me, I am a 16-year-old teen striving for my inevitable success, inshallah. What I mean by everyone focuses on the outcome and does not really pay close attention to the process is also on success, not just movies. That is a certain algorithm people follow in almost every aspect of life, is that they tend to focus more on the process, or they tend to focus more on the outcome than the process. What is meant by that? They mean is that they can see someone successful, right? They're like, oh wow, how great is their life? I wish I have their life. Obviously, everyone should have their life. But if you, everyone can have their life. That's the thing. Everyone can have their life. It's not hard. But we all look at it as alright, I want to have their amenities. I want to have their luxuries. But I don't know how all those blessings came. We don't know where they came from. Thing here is that if you want to be as successful as that person, you must put in the effort that that person put in. Because it's not just about the outcome, it's also about the process. The process is what makes the outcome. Everyone has a process and everyone has an outcome. If you ignore your process, only focus on how your outcome is going to be, you're not going to have a good outcome. You must focus more on your process, and then based on that, you'll have a great outcome. But if you only focus on the outcome and ignore the process, you're not going to go anywhere, my friend, because it is interdependent. Process is highly the reason of your outcome. Without a good process, you're gonna have you're gonna have a horrible outcome. So when you look at someone successful, when you look at the successful figure, stop looking at it or at that person as the outcome only. Think, all right, how did they reach that goal? What were the efforts they put in? What were the sleepless nights? What were the sacrifices? What were this and that? What have they encountered? Whether that could be of hardships, of difficulties, of challenges, but they still passed them and managed to get to their success point. Don't only think of the luxuries they have, think of the process they have underwent and they have went through to get to that success. Stop looking only at the outcome. Stop thinking that they got their outcome like this. No, they didn't get it like this. Because if they got it like this, everyone would get it. And that's not the case. Instead of just thinking, oh, that person is wrong, or that person got their money through money laundering, or that person is a bad person, or that person got lucky, or whatever, build a plan. Build a plan. You may be inspired by that person, that's fine. But build a plan. Don't just keep on talking about others. Don't just be a lifeless person who just talks about how people succeeded based on their own stories. Think about how they succeeded, and based on your thought, you implement it on your own plan of success. That's how it should be. Don't sit there on your couch, lazy, unemployed, thinking about how these multi-billion-dollar businessmen got built their own companies and how successful they are now, and you just say, oh no, they got lucky. Oh no, they had methods. No, they're no different from you. They're no different. They're all of us humans, successful and unsuccessful, have all been created in the same way. Same way, all of us are the same exact creature. No one's an alien out there. So we all have brains, we all have bodies, we all have boom, we all have reasons to work, we all have lives. So there is no difference between you and a multi-billion-dollar businessman. The only difference is that they worked and you didn't. Put a plan, work on yourself, and trust me, you'll be better than every single person you're inspired by. Wish you all the best of luck and see you all at the top.